Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunday School Online Crafts and Activities section. So this week, if you've already watched Alice, you'll know we've been learning about Gideon, and I have some crafts and activities on that for you. So the resources which you need today are some sort of tape, glue, scissors, some pasta or Cheerios or sweets or something small that you have lots of, 2 toilet roll tubes or 1 kitchen roll tube, a little battery tea light. Now make sure it's a battery one, not a real one. It's not necessary, but if you have one about the house, then brilliant. Your colouring pens or pencils, and some coloured paper. You need red, orange and yellow, or 1 or 2 of those colours. If you don't have those, then if you colour in some pages, those colours. Okay, so the first activity we have this morning is our colouring sheet. So this is our colouring sheet, and this one is a little bit different because it actually has numbers over it. So you can see the numbers at the bottom. So 1 is yellow, 2 is light green, 3 is blue. So if you colour it in using those numbers, and you'll see Gideon with his lantern and his horn. So have fun doing that. The next activity we have today then is a word search. So done loads of these before, just find the words in the word search. Of course, all our activities are available on the download button. The next one we have is a little clue thing. So you have to, the numbers are along here, and this is going to spell a little sentence. So it says, when it was Gideon's turn to lead the children of Israel, he needed guidance. What a big responsibility. How did Gideon find the guidance he needed? And then if you use that number, so 19, find 19 down here and then put the letter up there. And the guidance that how Gideon found his guidance is a good way for us to find guidance too. The next activity then we have today is a game. So for this game, it says you'll need 11 matchsticks and 11 buttons. Well, I don't have matchsticks, and I'm not sure where I would find 11 buttons without cutting them off something. So I thought I could use pasta, or as I said at the start, Cheerios, or if you have sweets, or if you have buttons or beads or anything like that. So you need 2 people for this game, and what you do is each person has 11 of whatever you're using. So play it with your brothers, sisters, or your mum and dad, and then you place 1 of your pieces of pasta on the start. And you also need a dice. Sorry, that's like the most important part. I don't have one, so I was just going to use an app on my phone. I'm sure there's lots of websites or apps if you don't have a dice. But if you do have a dice, brilliant. So you put 1 piece on the start, you roll your dice, and say I get a 3, then you move 1, 2, 3, and you stay. And then roll again, and you get 2, 1, 2, so go home. So these are the little soldiers. So Gideon had too many soldiers. God didn't want to use them all because he wanted to show how powerful he was. So some of the soldiers at the lake drank the water from their hands like this, and some of them bent down like dogs and drank the water, and the ones that bent down then went home. So if you land on one of the go homes, then you put your little pasta, so back to base. And the aim is to get, that will be 8 of your pastas back to base, so you're only left with 3 in your hand. Sorry, it has all the instructions here. So keep moving around until you get to go home, then you go to base, then you start with another piece of your pasta and start again until keep doing that until you're left with 3. So obviously take it in turns. for each roll of the dice. Then, whenever you only have 3 left, then you go to this inside track. So each time you throw the dice, you can move any of the 3 soldiers. So you throw the dice and you should just have 3 then in your base. And so say you roll a 2, 1, 2, then you're on a lantern. And the aim is for each of your 3, 1 to land on a shout, 1 to land on a torch, and 1 to land on the trumpet. So if you have 2 on the torch and 1 on the trumpet, that's no good. You need 1 in each, and once you get 1 in each, then you have to shout out for the Lord and for Gideon, and then you have 1. Okay, so it has the instructions there. I'm sorry, that was I maybe overcomplicated it, but if you want to have a go at that. The next activity we have is you need your toilet roll tubes. So if you have 1 kitchen roll tube, that's brilliant. I don't have one, so I'm going to use 2 toilet roll tubes, and then if you just want to like tape them together, so if you just put them together and then put a piece of tape around there. Then what you need to do is get one of your pieces of paper and your tube, and to draw a circle around your tube onto the piece of paper. So you don't do it right at the edge, do it in a wee bit so you have maybe about that much space. So I'll just do it quickly. Okay, so there's my very rough circle on my page, and then what you need to do is draw a bigger circle around it, like so. Okay, so then you cut out the bigger circle. So this doesn't have to be very neat, it's just for a little bit of the inside of the lantern. Okay, so then we have our bigger circle cut out, and then what you need to do is you need to cut into the inner circle. So just lines into the inner circle like that. Okay, so you should have all these flappy lines. Then get your glue and just glue around all these tabs on the outer circle. So just put a piece of glue on each of them. Okay, there we go. And then you get your toilet tubes, and they will obviously be stuck together by now, but I haven't done that part. And then just fold it down like that, so you have a flat top. If you're not using the little tea light thing, then you probably don't need to do this step. Okay, so then you have, yours should look like this. Okay, then what you need to do is get your red and yellow and orange paper, and I want you to cut out sort of flame shapes. So roughly, these do not have to be very good flame shapes, because whenever they're all together, they look like a flame. So something like that, that's not great. But do lots of those different sizes in the red and orange and yellow. Or if you don't have orange, then just do red and yellow or whatever. Okay, then what you need to do is you need to arrange them all in size order. So use the biggest first and then go down to the smallest. So with the biggest one, then put a little bit of glue just along the bottom. Then with your toilet roll tubes, then just glue that to the top like that, and then keep moving around. Glue the next one here, 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 and then it doesn't matter. Then once you get right round, then you can glue over the top. So you'll see I have one here. So glued all the way around, and then what I did was I put another little bit of tape around the bottom just to make them a bit more sturdy. And then you can fold some of the flames out, and then you will also find in the download button a little verse So it is, if God is for us, who can be against us? And that's from Romans 8 verse 31. So if you want to stick that on the side, you can decorate then, it's whatever way you want. And then you get your little tea light. Okay, make sure it's battery of course. Turn it on, and then you can put it in the middle, and if you go somewhere dark, you can see it as a torch to remind you of Gideon's torches that they hid under the bowls and then they brought out. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the crafts and activities today. Don't forget to sing along to our worship song and do the quiz if there is one. And I hope you have a really great week. Hopefully it's not going to be too rainy this week. But if it is, then stay inside and play your Gideon game and do your crafts. And I'll see you all again next week. Bye!